So, as an entrepreneur, and I am one myself, as
Yes.
an entrepreneur, I will tell you by far and away, in my humble opinion, there is not even a close second. The most important thing that you have to take care of on a daily basis is your brain. Because an entrepreneur, you do not have the safety net of a big company. In a big company, you can lose a quarter, you can lose a few $1 million or a few thousands dollars or a few $1 billion. You can make it up in the next quarter because you have that breadth and you have the scale and you have the technology and you got institutional investors behind you, like big ones. But as an entrepreneur, you have to constantly mutate. You have to morph. You got to listen to your customers and to your clients. You got to say what's working, what's not working, and you got to make very difficult decisions. All of that is cognitive. When data comes to you, or when anecdotal data comes to you, qualitative or quantitative data comes to you, everything is on you. It's on your shoulders. It's on your head. And I find entrepreneurs to be very biased. And I don't mean that judgmentally. I just mean that as a matter of fact. We are biased to the people that we have because they came on this journey with us. And it's very hard for entrepreneurs to say, hey, these group of people that helped me get from point A to point B might not be the people that help me from point B to point C. That is a difficult thing to process. And I find that inability to do that is what keeps you from going from B to C. It helps you from A to B. I find that it is the difficult emotional decisions that we have to make, the quick decisions that we have to make. So let me go back to the question that you're asking. When a golfer is over, let's say, a 6-foot putt to save a very important par, I will tell you that the mechanics of the brain that are used to process the context of that putt, the mode of movement of that putt, is identical to the decision that an entrepreneur has to make when on a Monday morning they get presented with bad news like what happened to you this morning. It is the same engine parts that are used to make those two things. Now you may say, whoa, 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 Dr. Justice, one is a putt, it's a game, it's a golf, and the other is, I got to make a decision about an investment, or I'm going to divest, or I'm going to fire somebody, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to sell something. You're using the same parts. And so I tell all my golfers that, and this is the most important thing I think I can say on this podcast. I urge everybody, all human beings, to let go of the idea of I gotta be perfect all day long with every decision that I make. That is not cognitively possible for the reasons that I shared with you earlier, which is there's too much noise in the brain. But here's a much easier ask and a much better model for your CEOs and founders and people that are making difficult decisions. You can pick two times in each day. Like I look at the calendar, every morning and say, okay, if I have these 10 things today, which are the two most important ones? And for those two, I am going to hack my brain, not permanently, but long enough that I can access, again, I go back to the term access, every part of my inventory, my life experiences that are contextual to the situation at hand so I can make a good decision. For other I'm not saying be horrible the rest of the day, but every situation, it's impossible to be the best. And in golf, in particular, this is why golf is such a powerful metaphor for life. An average round of golf, Jay, is 5 hours. A golfer does not need to be perfect for 5 hours. You need to be perfect for about 12 minutes.
Mm.
And it's the 12 minutes where it's really the 10 to 20 seconds before each shot. If 3 minutes before a shot, like you're waiting on a golf cart to go somewhere, you're thinking about this or that or whatever it is that a problem? Not necessarily. You're still 3 minutes away from hitting your golf shot. So you only need to be perfect early in the seconds leading up to the golf shot and as you start your mode of movement. The same thing in the workplace. We have got to be much more disciplined about picking the times in the day. And I tell people, pick the two most important events of the day, the Zoom call, the meeting, the sales pitch, only two, not more than two. And in the seconds or minutes leading up to that, let's say it's 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. 10 o'clock today and 2 o'clock today, I got two really important calls. I have others throughout the day, but those are the most important one. Well, in the minutes leading up to 10 o'clock and the minutes leading up to 2 o'clock, that's when I'm going to go hack my brain. I'm going to clear my brain. I'm going to do these things that I can take a few seconds to clean my brain up so that when the 10 o'clock starts and 2 o'clock starts, I can access my inventory. I can say the right things. I can be calm. I can be smile. My verbal and my nonverbal are exactly the right. It's my best version.